Hello, good morning, good evening, or good afternoon, depending on what time of the day you are viewing the information that's on this video. Now, if you decide to view every bit of content from beginning to end of this video, then allow me to personally thank you in advance for taking that time out of your busy schedule just to do that. Now, for those of you who do not know me, allow me to get the formalities out of the way. My name is William Robinson, and I reside in Chicago, Illinois. And hopefully, as you look at me and hear the sound of my voice, I come across to you as a good person. Now, if you see me as a nice guy, then that's fine. If you see me as even an average guy, then that's okay too. God bless you on both. But what's important to me is that I come across to you who's looking at me, I come across to you as a good person. Now, like most good people, I have a job. And let me tell you, there are two sides to having this current job that I have. First of all, on one side, I find it to be an honest to goodness blessing because there was a time in my life where I was out of work for almost 9 months after being let go from a previous job that I have served over close to 20 plus years to not only live up to the company's greater expectations, but at the same time, I developed for myself an exceptional work ethic, if that makes sense to anyone. Now, I'm doing the same thing at my current job right now, which brings me to the second side of having this job. It's allowed me to do at least three primary things. First of all, it's allowed me to keep a roof over my head. Second, it's allowed me to put a minimal amount of food on the table. And thirdly, it's allowed me transportation to receive public transportation to not only get to this job and back, but at the same time, it's allowed me to go within the city limits of our city in Chicago. And not a lot of time to give me travel to do something exceptional or, explore other means out of Chicago. So at that point, I can say that along with that, if I wanted to do anything extra, like maybe pay a phone bill, which I call another necessity, if I wanted to put more food on the table, if I wanted to buy clothes, if I wanted to wash clothes, or let me really get down to it, if I wanted to go travel, see other sides of Chicago, not just out of Chicago, but the entire world. In other words, if I wanted to take a vacation, or at the very least, take a friend of mine or a family member out and treat them to a meal or to a show, or just give them something just to be nice, to let them know that I love them. If I wanted to do any of those things, then I would have to sacrifice one of the primary things that I just described in the early part of this video. So if you really think about it, I already have done that, and at the same time, it's been a struggle for me ever since I did one of those sacrifices. And at the same time, I wouldn't recommend this to anybody, not even to my worst enemies, because this is a struggle for me at the same time, just to be on the good side of everyone's of anyone's persona. So, having said all that, allow me to pose a question to you. How many people do you know that not only have a job, but they also have a part-time business on the side in case what they are doing at their current place of employment is not sufficient or reliable enough to help them live the type of lifestyle that they work so hard to achieve for their latter years? Now, I happen to be one of those individuals. In fact, in this early part of this video, I would like to share with you how this business came into my lap, why, and give more embellishment on why I got started, and at the same time, tell you why I refuse to quit. Now, being a graduate of Le Cordon Bleu College of Culinary Arts, I decided I wanted to open up a business that pertained to my particular field of study, which is in baking and pastries. Now, to make this long story a little shorter than I would like it to be, after doing some research, applying this research, and I find success in applying this research, it led me to one conclusion on what I want to do with what I learned at Le Cordon Bleu. instead of opening up a bakery or maybe even a restaurant or any kind of storefront that probably most future chefs would do in my position, I decided I wanted to open up a school. And I wanted to give free classes to not only teach the fundamentals of baking at home, but I wanted to show people how you can replace those chemically processed sugars that is found in most of our grocery stores and replace it with natural sweeteners that I've been experimenting with, making them diabetic friendly. Now, in order to make this dream of mine a reality, I needed help financially. So, as I came across, as I've been on my search for looking for that job that was in my field of expertise, I came across a particular job fair, and this job fair had a particular speaker. Now, this person was looking for anyone who wanted to start their own business. Now, naturally, that pertained to me, but at the same time, what this person was talking about was a little different than what I expected to hear. What this person was doing was sharing information about starting an at-home business that you can do in your spare time, and you can generate an income of hundreds, if not thousands of dollars on a weekly and monthly basis just by sharing information. Now, I don't know what that says to you, but that spoke to me in a lot of ways. So as I listened further, to make a little bit of a shorter story, it led me to one of my first ever hotel live presentations where this information that I got from that job fair was explained in more detailed information. Now, the more I listened to it, the more it made sense to me. In fact, it made so much sense that after doing some research behind what I saw at this presentation, and within that research, I find this information to be very, very credible, 100% verifiable. And not only was it legal, that's important, but at the same time, I saw the tremendous value in this opportunity. So, with help from the grace of God, I found a way to have the money to get started in this business. Now, to talk about why I refuse to quit, along with all the other stuff that I mentioned earlier, again, I want to start a business, and I want that business to be a school that I can teach people how to make diabetic-friendly desserts as well as maybe healthy foods in general. And basically, I want to do this in honor of my mother because back in 1994, I lost her due to complications of diabetes. Now, that was a very sad moment in my life. In fact, it was so sad that it took me a long time for me to actually share that type of information with anyone. But I feel that, if she would have been with me here at an early age, if she would have been with me here now, because she died at an early age. She was in her early 60s. Well, in these days, that's a little bit young to be passed on and be diagnosed with a life-threatening illness. And I want to help people by creating diabetic-friendly recipes or healthy recipes that can prolong the chances of being diagnosed with any type of disease in an early age with the natural foods that I have practiced so hard to prepare for. So at the same time, I believe this is what God has gifted me with, what I've learned in the Cordon Bleu, and I want to give back by teaching people how to live diabetic friendly or either fat free with, to prevent any type of diseases that is, that's been taking a lot of people out of the picture because they haven't been able to eat the type of foods that we need to prolong any type of disease that can affect all of us. So in turn, that's just the reason why I started my particular business. Now, if you stay on tune, in the next segment of the video, I would like to share with you what this business is all about and show you the tremendous benefits of becoming involved in this business. And I look forward to sharing that bit of information with you. So stay tuned, and believe me, I look forward to sharing this type of information to anyone who's willing to listen. Thank you.